You are now tuned into the. You are now tuned into the. You are now tuned into the Fraudcast.
What's up, everybody? Hi.
You're already burning over there.
Right. So, Anna, you're going to get yourself lynched over on my page. And maybe that's not the appropriate word I should use, but
maybe I should. Maybe I'll be in Facebook jail and Instagram jail instead of you now.
Yeah. Sorry, Anna's new to this podcasting thing. And so she's learning. And we're about to have a lesson.
or just a talk. I think we're all learning here.
Yeah, we're all learning.
It's a work in progress.
Hi, welcome to the Fraudcast. I have Anna and Hanekawa with me. So it's Hanekawa.
Hanekawa.
Yeah, Hanekawa. Just take the.
Or we could call it like Kata Hanekawa. So we have a little trifecta going on right now.
We have a throuple.
A
throuple. Oh boy.
I've been watching the L Word, Generation Q, and there's a throuple in that. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
I used to watch the regular, or I don't want to say regular,
the original L Word.
The original L Word when I was in college, and my roommate was trying desperately to get me to date her.
Oh, I see.
That's awesome.
That was her plan.
She's like, yeah, let's watch the L Word. And I'm like, are you hoping it transforms me? I mean, the scenarios are kind of hot, but I mean, I know.
I mean, the show is like, it's like softcore porn every episode because there's sex at the beginning and at the end usually.
Well, you have to have a nice,
There's at least sex at the end. Like the show always ends with sex. Sometimes it starts with sex. And I can't say I'm mad at it. I ain't mad at all the sex. I have some questions about the characters' choices that they make for themselves. I have some serious questions. If anybody has seen Generation Q, I have not. So I've talked to my coworker about this because she'd watched all of them. And so she hasn't finished Generation Q, but she finished the first one. So she's like, finish Q and then go back and watch the original. And then, So anyway, there are some choices these people make, and they are they rival the choices of the people on 90 Day make. But here's the key difference: is the L Word is fucking fiction. Okay, it's made up. The shit that people do on 90 Day is fucking real, you guys. This is real people doing real. That's true. I mean, this is the first episode, so we're only seeing their background stories. So the producer involvement is limited on these ones. I mean, they're still there because obviously
they're still clipping the parts that are gonna make us have our original view of the people. Yeah, and
it's just not as producer heavy as some of the later stuff is. So
I mean, we don't know yet, guys. We don't know. I mean, let's get into it. I mean, some of these people are just batshit crazy as per usual. Sharp has done it again, but my opinion is that he's found better looking shit shows. So thank God we're not looking at people with no neck, people that are deformed, people that are whatever he was trying to do. You did not just go
there. You are so not politically correct. Oh my God. Hanekawa, she's going to get us in trouble.
She is.
I am.
We spent 2 years.
The only defense I have is that I feel like Sharp targets people that have those qualities to put them on TV for people to laugh at them.
No, I absolutely
agree.
And
I would rather really not have to focus on, oh my goodness, it's so hard to talk about this person because I don't know if their decisions were because they are mentally unequipped to actually fucking be an adult, or, so it's nice to not feel like Sharp is putting
red herrings in front of us to taunt us and tease us.
It's also like the Big Ed memes. Like, for example, when he came out, like, he's not an unattractive man, but people make fun of his appearance constantly. And it's like, why are you setting this man up for failure or to be ridiculed basically for the rest of his life? And it's just it's
for views, obviously, and he wanted some popularity.
He
it's kind of
bought
like
into
you
it
watch
hook, line, and sinker. He worked. He had coffee and beer with Matt Sharp, and they came up with this shit together. Guarantee you.
Well, it's like watching Jerry Springer, right? He's not going to put the same people on there.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to actually sit and have a conversation. Mm-hmm. They brought every thing from under every rock in the deep, damp woods and shit to go on there. So
yeah,
I understand Anna's logic.
That's
we have people that we can honestly just
we can laugh at their life choices versus
tear apart for their life choices rather than Sharp pointing out their
physical imperfections.
Yeah, because the physical stuff, like even putting on Alina, and she's a gorgeous girl, but her personality she was horrifically racist, and she got fired. So it nothing to do with her appearance; it was her character.
Right.
So that's that's where I'm getting at. Where it's like this season, I feel like he hired a little more eye candy, which is better, I think, for the brand, to be honest.
Yeah, they're all better looking people.
Because you want to get 10 or 12 influences out of this, they have to be sort of good looking, So I mean, yeah.
You guys, before we get into that, I just want to take a minute. Annie just posted pictures of her little baby boy.
Oh, that is horrible.
It looks like they're pictures of him in the hospital. It's written in Spanish, so I can't quite tell, but it's photos from just hours before. It looks like she's saying something hours before they lost him.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
Let me read. My Spanish is rusty, but
this was just
she was saying
the last.
It was the last pick. Last pick. So I haven't been, and no, I didn't know that their son had any type of heart
I don't think they shared
issue. That okay. I just, not that they needed to, but it was just,
they didn't.
When she had said his heart couldn't take it, I was like, did he have a heart problem? So it seems like
he did.
Went through surgery to probably fix something, and it didn't go well.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if he was born with a heart condition. So many babies have. I have known so many babies in real life that have had to have heart surgeries when they were, babies, but
when they're so young, and it's really risky. But it's kind of like, okay, if we don't, the chance of them dying is a higher percentage of if we do. So
right, exactly.
It's really unfortunate, and I really, my heart goes out to them.
Yeah, for those who aren't aware, who don't live their lives on Instagram the way that we do. Annie and Robert, if you remember who they are, Annie's from the DR, the Dominican Republic. Robert has like 1,000 kids, and his mother is a porn star. Do you guys remember Porn Granny? It's that couple, not the porn star couple, like not her, but like Robert and Annie. They had a daughter, and then they had a second boy. And that second boy was 7 months old, and he just passed away. It appears to have some kind of a heart condition.
Oh, so sad. And he was born September 7th. I'm just like scrolling through her pictures. He's a gorgeous little boy. So sad. God bless. I hope it's prayers with them, that family.
It's heartbreaking. It's sad. I know that the meme community and the podcasting community, we are talking to see if there's something that we can do collectively for them. And as soon as we know anything, we will let you know if that's something that we're trying to figure out what it is that like they need. And we're all collectively trying to we're talking to like Cray Crays, we're to Kim and Kyle, we're talking to the gays, Sarcasm, Aaron and Mary Payne, and then we'll start spreading it once we figure something out. If you guys have ideas, let us know. Anyway, we'll move on from that, the sad part, and we'll move on to the snark.
The snark.
The snark.
Where do we want to start our snark?
And God,
I don't know. Where do we start? All right, let's start with
before we get into the show, do we want to talk about the fact that it appears that Michael Jensen of Michael and Juliana, who are now in divorce proceedings. When they were all living together as a big happy group sex, whatever it is that was happening with them, when they were all living together,
swingers,
whatever they were doing, it was Michael and Juliana and Michael's ex Sarah and her new husband Sean, and then the dogs and the kids, and they were all living together during COVID, which Hanekawa and I talked about, and I think they're the ones that story is what kicked off Hanekawa's fan fiction that everything ends in group sex
on 90 Day. Yes.
Yeah, that was that season. Okay.
And I was right.
You were.
I was right. They had some like polyamory thing going on under that roof. I was right.
Well, Michael has accused Juliana and Sean, Sarah's husband, of boning. We don't have proof. We don't, but that's what the evidence. That's what the. I mean, that's not what the evidence. That's what Michael.
I don't think there's any evidence. I think he just.
Yeah. That's. There's accusations out there. There's accusations that maybe the baby's not her new man's. That it's maybe Sean's. I don't know. Who knows? It's a mess.
Right.
That's why you don't live with your ex. Anyway, their little beloved little doggy their dog Howard that they like shared custody of because he's so important. This little tiny dog apparently bit Sean. And Michael has posted a letter he received from Sean's attorney. Now, Michael Jensen characterizes this as Sean, whose Instagram nickname is The Real Nasso because he's a middle-aged white rapper. And
not anymore because he deleted his Instagram out of shame.
Oh.
Well,
he's a middle-aged white rapper.
Yeah.
And he used Juliana as in one of his videos, and you guys, this whole thing's a mess. Don't be a middle-aged white rapper.
This is a dumpster fire, like in Connecticut. Like I was just up there yesterday, and I'm thinking about like, oh, maybe if I run into them. But it sounds pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah, I mean, this whole thing's a mess, and so apparently, so Michael posted this photo he got. I mean, a picture of a letter he got from Sean's lawyer saying, "I've been hired to retain Sean Nasu relative to this dog bite. Please send along your insurance information." Now he's like, "Oh my God, this is horrible." And I have to say, it's not actually. And here's why. The insurance company will pay this, right? Whatever, like he's not suing Michael directly, although it kind of it looks that way, but realistically he's suing the because the insurance company is what's going to pay, right? Whatever insurance, like renter's insurance, I don't know, whatever, something. Usually insurance, and Michael has homeowner's insurance, and Michael has
it's usually the homeowner's insurance that'll pay for an incident that happens in the house. So he's probably trying to make a claim.
Yeah.
And the insurance will cover, I don't know if they cover ankle bites, but.
That's amazing. Ankle bites. I mean, oh boy.
It's a small dog. Not that they can't be vicious, but like you could literally fling that thing across the room if it tried to come at you.
Yeah.
I've seen like the insurance company
but the insurance company will pay out. They will pay. Now I worked as a personal injury paralegal, and back when I did it, which was millions of years ago, the standard was sort of triple what your medical is. So if your medical was $100 and that's it, and like you didn't have, co-pays and this and that and all the other things that you don't have to pay for, x-rays and this and that and the other thing, and it was just $100. That was your copay for the urgent care. I don't know, and everything else is fine. They would pay $300 because that's 3 times what you paid out. So if that's how it's going to be handled, I mean, Michael won't have to pay anything personally. Yeah, his insurance deductible will go up and all this other stuff. But the other thing about dog bites is my opinion of this whole thing is that, and I remember learning this in law school that when they kept talking about like this section in a class called torts, they would talk about these kinds of things, lawsuits. And the thing about having a dog or having a pool, these are the two things. They say, get out your checkbook. If you're going to have a dog,
Ooh.
Get out your checkbook, because you're going to be responsible for anything that dog does, including bites. If you have a pool, you're going to be responsible. Get out your checkbook. You're going to be paying people if people trip and fall, if someone dies, even if you have a fence,
yep.
if they're, whatever. Dogs and pools, they're risky to have. Now, that said, I have 2 dogs. So, I mean, it's not like it's going to stop me from having dogs, but, that's a risk you take. I'm just saying. Anyway, and people have homeowners insurance. I have renters insurance, like all of these things. Anyway, those are my thoughts. You guys?
Definitely. I think I don't know. I feel like after he broke up with Juliana, she then moved on to greener pastures, got married, pregnant, knocked up, whatever the heck she did. I think she just got pregnant.
Well,
right?
There's accusations that she moved on and got knocked up before she broke up with him. But
okay.
The point is, she's pregnant and moved on. Let's get there.
nay. But here. But the point is that I think it's really petty because he does have a lot of money and what? Okay.
Or he used to. I don't know if he still does.
Maybe if the dog did some severe damage or whatever. But my other question is, if these people are co-parenting, living in this Brady Bunch, dysfunctional Connecticut, shit show, then doesn't the dog know the person? So it's weird. Basically I would see the wife in and out of the house. Don't these people interact with each other? So this is where I'm confused as to why the dog would attack him if he knows him. It's just, the story just makes no sense. And also the posting on Instagram is just ridiculous. Why are you posting all your business? Who cares? Honestly, you guys are washed up. Nobody remembers you people, and just keep it moving. That's how I feel. So,
all right.
Bye.
You guys, let me tell you a little bit more about Care Of. Care Of is a subscription service that ships high-quality, personalized vitamins, supplements, and powders conveniently to your door every month. Vitamins and supplements are not a one-size-fits-all, which is why Care Of provides tailored guidance that evolves with you as your needs change. You take a short but in-depth quiz about your health goals and your lifestyle. You get personally tailored recommendations based on your answers. You can stick with what Care Of recommends or change up your pack at any time. What's really cool, too, is the personalized packs. These little personalized packs you get with your name on them and stuff are made from plant-based compostable film. And their products are made from good-for-you, clean ingredients that are backed by the latest science and research, so you can feel good about what you're putting in your body. I've been loving having Care Of because I get to change up my protein powders as I need to, or if I get bored of one flavor. And I get these, I've been turned on to these great hydration packs to help just boost my hydration intake, because I'm so bad about making sure I'm drinking all the water that I need to drink. So having extra hydration has been really helpful, and I didn't know about them before Care Of. I mean, crazy, right? They recommended all of these great vitamins for me. They've been a great addition to my efforts to keep myself healthy. For 50% off your first Care Of order, go to takecareof.com and enter code Fraudcast50. That's 50% off your first Care Of order. Go to takecareof.com and enter code Fraudcast50. With Masterclass, you can learn from the world's best minds. Anytime, anywhere, and at your own pace. You can learn how to cook from Gordon Ramsay, or improve your competition mindset skills with Serena Williams. With over 100 classes from a range of world-class instructors, that little thing that you've always wanted to do is closer than you think. So I recently started taking this class on storytelling taught by LeVar Burton. Now, I took it because it's LeVar Burton, and I would listen to him read from a dictionary if necessary, but I just love listening to him. And this class has been It's been really cool. You've got stuff about like the importance of oral storytelling. You've got performative storytelling. He's got all kinds of things in here, and it has been fascinating. I just love the variety of topics and instructors that I can choose from. There's so many, I don't even know what to choose next. So I highly recommend you check it out. Get unlimited access to every masterclass. And as a Fraudcast listener, you get 15% off an annual membership. Go to masterclass.com/fraudcast now. That's masterclass.com/fraudcast for 15% off masterclass.
I have a conspiracy theory. All right, you ready?
Okay.
Are you ready?
I love these.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for this.
So we think he has a lot of money, but according to court documents, Michael stopped paying his mortgage payments in April of 2020. And a foreclosure complaint was filed against him in like the summer of 2021. And so that house is being foreclosed on.
Yeah.
What if they're trying to get out of this with some cash, right? Pretend that there's this feud between them, right? And then he's coming back to sue him for a dog bite, and they're going to take that money and have another poly den somewhere else.
Oh my God. I love it. That combines my thought and Anna's thoughts. And it becomes Hanekawa.
I'm sorry. I just had to. I'm just sitting there like, what would I do? I would post it on Instagram to make it seem like it's
play
legit,
into the story,
right?
that Michael is this hurt.
How dare you? How dare you? My dog didn't bite you, and I shared my home with you and my wife. Damn it! So.
Yeah, we all got a piece of her ass before she left.
Oh my God. All right. That is my
Okay.
conspiracy thoughts. Anyways.
All right. If you guys have different thoughts or your thoughts on our thoughts, please chime in. All right, moving on.
Please send us DMs. Please DM us. We want to know your thoughts on this conspiracy theory, because Hanekawa has made it clear that this is it. I'm dead. I'm
just waiting to see it out, and then they're all gonna have like this kumbaya post where they all made up and they're still moving in together and everything's happy, and Michael still has his fancy car.
Okay, the Porsche, that she can't drive. Anywho,
the rental, whatever.
So so what was your thoughts of like the new couple? So let's get into like the most controversial. Me and Katrina have been like looking for him on Facebook. We've been trying to find stuff. Jabri and Miona. I mean, where do I begin with this weird couple?
Oh, you've been trying to find his Instagram?
No, we haven't. I've been looking for him. We're looking for Bilal, the other guy.
We're looking. Oh, wait. No. We're looking. I was looking for him and Bilal, but I'll get into him first.
Okay.
So she
find?
stumbled upon this. We stumbled upon this article that states that they've been married already for 2 years.
Which couple?
2020.
Miona and Jabri.
Jabri.
Okay.
And he has a whole identity in Serbia with a different name. He speaks Serbian, blah, blah, blah. So I like fished through his Instagram. They've been together for a while. So this is I think a legit couple. So, so he's been flying in and out. A lot of their photos are from like different parts of the world. They got engaged in Thailand. I've seen all these different scenic, beautiful beach photos, really pretty influencer pictures.
Of course.
They're both very good looking.
Seems like they both have very carefully crafted their thirst traps. Let's just put it out there. They are all curated. Over. Yeah, very curated.
Very curated, like very filtered pictures. So the big thing with her is the fans are like, she's Serbian. Is she blackfishing? Now I've never heard of this term until last week. I don't know.
Don't worry. Same.
No, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. A lot of people had so the internet exploded after this couple because she appears white, but she appears like she's trying to pretend to be black. And we've got some pictures that show her quote befores and her afters. And so I don't know if people know what blackfishing is. So maybe Hanekawa, can you
I Googled it. Like I tell people, don't think I know because I'm black.
I'm not asking you because you're black. I'm asking you because you were looking it up.
Well, no, seriously, I had to look it up. And the definition is when a white public figure or influencers do everything in their power to appear black.
Okay. Simple.
Okay. So, I mean, I don't think she is. Okay. This is my opinion.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I got into it with some of the fraudsters online, whatever. This is what they were like, no. I genuinely, okay, if you look at the trend of what's in style, Kardashians are big. The Real Housewives are all big. Darcy and Stacey are really into this look. It's that BBL, which is where they take the fat from wherever part of your body and they stick it in your butt. Right. They make your waist tiny, tiny thin, and you have fake boobs and big lips and spray tan. So I'm just saying that she's kind of just on trend with Kylie Jenner, Stassi Karanikolu, who's another influencer who's white, Darcy and Stacey, who are also Caucasian, or I don't know what their father is, but they're blonde, they're white girls pretty much. So I think it's just basically an on-trend thing. I think they're just trying to be tan, have a fat ass, and have a tiny waist, and just look like everybody else. The fake eyelashes, the fake lips, the Botox, this is all common Instagram. Every girl looks like this. So I don't think that she's blackfishing per se. I think she's just, I'm in the jungle taking pictures on the tree, in a tree. Let me braid my hair. I don't think she's trying to be black or white. I think she's just doing it for the gram. I don't think it's really like any portrayal of her trying to impersonate a race, which was like, somebody was like, well, if people were impersonating your race, you'd get pissed, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't think she is. I think she's really just going on trend. The Kardashians braid their hair. I've seen Darcy and Tracy get extensions. I've seen Kylie Jenner look like this. So I don't think it's really a blackfishing thing at all. I think she's just going with the trend. What's going to look good for the gram? That's my opinion of her.
Okay, so in all fairness, now I hadn't heard of the term blackfishing. Like, I mean, I'd heard it, here and there, whatever, but never to the extent we've been hearing it this past week. So, to be fair, I mean, I'm white, you're white, and I mean, you're Mediterranean, but you come off publicly as white, right? I'm a generic privileged white girl, right? Like, I don't know what it's like for someone to appropriate my race and who I am and what I am. So I don't know. So while I might be like, oh, she just has dark skin, it didn't even, may not even occur to me. I don't know what it's like to have somebody impersonate my race. So I don't know what that is. So it's not for me to say to somebody else, if all of these people out there feel like she's impersonating their race, who am I to say that that's not what's happening? I learned I don't have a say in that necessarily because of who I am. So that is sort of my thought. I was like, it wasn't something that occurred to me when I watched the show, but after reading this, because that's just not my perspective. That's just not my story. That's just not my experience because I am a privileged generic white girl. But I would be, I would be interested to hear from our viewers, the viewers, our listeners, the viewers of the show. It seems like it's pretty much out there. Like a lot of people are saying that this is what occurred, that this is what she's doing. Now, I'm going to trust therapy since I had, didn't know anything really about this too much until recently. I'm going to trust the people whose experience it is. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. Hanekawa, what are your thoughts?
So I always see this in a few different angles because I kind of like searched her Instagram. I saw her original photos. She's naturally a pretty pale. I hate when I say complexion, but she's pretty pale. She is passable as Caucasian, but I know she's Serbian, right, which is a whole different, there's always a conversation of what ethnicity Serbians are. And I know that they're always trying to stand up for what ethnicity they are.
And Anna, you've taken that point too. You're like Mediterranean.
Serbia is right above Greece and former Yugoslavia, Croatia, Montenegro, Albania. So that whole region, Balkan, she's the closest to what I would be. Like if we did my DNA and hers, it would probably come out the same. So it's like my ethnicity is so mixed from like just the Turkish influence and the Middle Eastern, you know, so like I have a family member who could look very Arabic, and I have family members that look very blonde and blue-eyed and very Caucasian. So it's very
well. You could the same. You could pass easily as white, but you could also easily pass as a number of other ethnicities because of the way you're sort of like you have this interesting mix of ethnicities.
Exactly,
right. And so a lot of them,
like,
I was gonna say a lot of Serbians that I know have an olive complexion. They're pretty tanned, and they may have brown or blue eyes. So I look at it two ways. I see it how Americans see it. We see it, and we're used to our American influencers trying to culturally appropriate the African American style, the over tanning, and this is good. This goes further than like Kim Kardashian color. Like they are literally turning themselves brown and you know, braiding their hair and telling people that they identify as African American. They are trying to be that persona.
Rachel Dolezal.
They're literally like, you know, the whole I identify as this, or ever since I was 2 years old, I saw myself as a Black person kind of story is what we're doing over there. With her, I think it's more of choosing one side of the Serbian identity over the other. Oh. And maybe this is her coming into wanting to represent who she is. Oh. But she's not saying that she's Black. She's saying she's Serbian. So that's where I go, I don't know if it's really blackfishing or if it's her deciding that she wants to represent this identity of a Serbian woman.
Embrace that side of her.
I do, because I see her Instagram, and it's like, it looks like there was some correction, right? She starts out pretty tan, Kardashian style. And then there's like a band of her going like super dark. Like I would look at her and say, this is a Black woman.
Okay.
And then you go up a little bit more to where she is now, and it goes back to more of a tanned look. So maybe she was just kind of figuring out where she wanted to lay with it. And then, of course, being with a man who's also darker complexion, some of, you know, his style and stuff could have rubbed off on her too. I think she's, how old is she? She looks like she's like 20 maybe.
I don't remember.
Hold on. They usually give us ages on here. She's 23. Okay. So she doesn't know who the hell she is yet. She will at 26. So we'll revisit her at 26 and see what she decides to be. I always joke about that because 26 is when I realized that I should probably get my life together. And it's usually on trend, but I don't know. I wouldn't
jump to
saying blackfishing. Okay. And we're pushing our American issues on someone who's foreign. Oh, we have an issue in America with cultural appropriation. We have an issue with slavery in our past. We have an issue with racial inequality, which causes the friction that African Americans have against white people, culturally appropriating everything else. You know what I mean? That you know, searching for culture. But someone from another country that has nothing, that they don't care about our problems. They don't care about the, you know, American white guilt. They don't care. She is just wanting to be beautiful on Instagram. And when you scroll through Instagram, tan, big lips, fake hair, big ass is what is in. And that's what she's wanting to do. It looks like her and him are trying to just be influencers, honestly.
Damn, that's a very, very, very valid point.
I think you're muted, Anna.
And I think maybe I don't know, something got unplugged, something.
You mute, press the mute button on your mic.
There's a button on your mic.
Hi.
There you go. Yeah. That is a really good thought, Anna.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with her. She's like saying kind of exactly what I'm saying is like, I don't really think it's a race thing with her. I think she's just trying to be hot, and she's beautiful. And, again, there's something to nitpick about. We've seen maybe 10 minutes of her. We've pretty much seen Jabri's side of the story a little bit. So I'd like to see this week when the show comes on, how she reacts to living in North Dakota, how she reacts to the United States, so it's going to be interesting. Like so far, TLC has painted her as being a brat. Like, oh, I want to live in LA and I wanted this. And the clips are coming up that she broke up the band and this and that. But, they have a nice way of painting the woman to be the villain when in a lot of these instances, the man is in fact the villain, aka Mike and Jimena, where I thought she was right. Where I thought Jimena was the devil incarnate, but
Mike is actually a crazy kid.
Yeah. So I'd like to see how this couple plays out. They're already married. I think they're happily married. But they're, it's very nice how they met. They met organically in person. They met, he was in Serbia. I think that's beautiful. I like that, half these people are not meeting on sugar baby daddy catfish wacko websites. So I'm kind of happy that they met in, organically in person, and that's really nice to see. So, hopefully, we could see more of her positive sides versus negative. And she is beautiful. So I'd like to see, what kind of, deal she's going to get as being an influencer and, take it from there.
Hey guys, Hetero Life Mate interrupting the Fraudcast here to tell you about our brand new sponsor, Melon. Melon allows you to make high-quality professional live streams in under 15 seconds. You can stream independently to any of the streaming platforms that are already out there or invite guests to your show with just one click. There's no complicated signups, no downloads needed for you or your guests. Melon's for everyone who creates video content, whether you stream live or record productions and upload it later. Melon comes with a ton of customization options as well. Can help your brand stand out, allows you to earn an income while you stream with donations. It's the fastest growing live streaming product. Right now, it's running an incredible deal on its premium features. You can go live in just 5 clicks. So easy to get started. It's all cloud-based. The servers do all the work. You can stream it in full high definition, 1080p camera resolution and streaming output. And there is unlimited customization. Upload your own overlays, your own backgrounds, your own colors, all that stuff. You can do it yourself. Nothing to install. It's all in the browser. It's a very simple setup. There's a chat bot, which will help keep your chat clean with CloudBot integration. They allow for donations and alerts. You can monetize your show with donation goals. And customer support is there with real people helping you every step of the way with written and video guides. All you have to do is go to melonapp.com/frauded. That's melonapp.com/frauded to get started for free today. It's Melon. It's the latest tool that they help you get your streaming career started. That's melonapp.com/frauded, melonapp.com/frauded.
Hey, it's me. It's the Priceline Negotiator, known as William Shatner. And I'm here because we've all been getting less lately. Less sunshine, less bang for your buck, less fun. I can't take it anymore. That's why I'm negotiating to get you more. Thanks to my deal-making skills, Priceline saves travelers over $1 billion every year. That's almost $2,000 a minute. And when you save up to 60% on hotels and get exclusive deals on rental cars and flights, you can have more. More sunshine, more family, more fun, more. Thank you for negotiating. No, please. No need to thank me. No, it's all for you. At Priceline, we know every trip is a big deal. So when you're ready to travel, visit Priceline.com for amazing deals that will help you get more out of your next trip.
You know who this reminds me of? Mm-hmm. It reminds me of Blake and Jasmine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think the comparison.
How they were just a regular couple, but they were trying so hard to be like, we're in LA, we're influencers, we eat at the best place, everything's Instagrammable that we do.
Musical artist.
It's fine, but they're gonna struggle to find drama with these two, I think.
She's a little more spicy than Jasmine was.
Yeah,
Jasmine
but
let me
remind the viewers and that when we got Blake and Jasmine, now at the time I had some intel from somebody at TLC that when Blake and Jasmine came to TLC, they were even more boring than what they appeared to be on TV. Yes.
Wow.
And what we see on TV is their TLC produced amped up storyline. As boring as that was the TLC storyline, because their real storyline is even more boring than what we saw. So what I think is interesting, but these people, they did draw the Blake and Jasmine comparisons right away. He was, Blake was Hollow Brooks. He's got this musical act that he's trying to do. Not terrible. His music wasn't terrible. And then you got this guy who's in a band called the Black Serbs because he considers himself a Black Serbian. That's his ethnicity as well. And then, you've got her, this pretty girl, coming over. And now, of course, except that instead of living in LA, they're going to live in South Dakota, which is hilarious.
It's funny.
I mean, that's going to be, well,
yeah.
I mean, she was funny. I don't blame her, because I've been to Serbia, I've been to Croatia, I've been, to Greece a million times. She's like, if I'm going to sit here and live in the South Dakota, I should just stay with my parents. And I was like, you know what, girl, you're right. I mean,
I feel like this couple. So this is my thought on this couple is they're like you said, the production is making her look like this spoiled little girl who wants to be in LA and blah, 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 blah. And she's going to be in, North Dakota, South, I don't know, one of the fucking Dakotas. Who cares? Doesn't matter. They're all the same. One of the fucking Dakotas. Who cares? But they've been married forever. They've been married for a couple of years. They've been together forever. There's no way they got to this point in their relationship without having these discussions about, okay, let's come live in South Dakota first, or North Dakota, bumfuck Dakota, whatever. And then we'll save some money and then we can move back to LA. Or something, which is probably, whatever. Okay, we can do that. And they're going to do the whole storyline about her, like, I don't want to live here, well, there's nothing here. Like, I feel like that's how they're going to do this whole storyline, even though them as a couple, they don't really have any of these issues. Like, this is going to be an entirely produced storyline with them about their life in North, South, East, West, fuck Dakota.
We'll see another case of
Brandon
and Julia. Yeah.
On the murder farm.
On the murder farm. There's no murder farm.
Is there a farm here? Do we have a farm in the season?
I don't think so.
Because we had a farm last season. Ella lived on the farm. We need a farm. We need a murder farm this season.
Well, let's go through the rest of the couples and see if any of them might have a farm. I don't think any of them do.
Okay. Let's go to other. Let's go to Dollar Store Kanye.
Store Kanye.
This is Katrina's love. She loves this guy.
Wait, who's the Dollar Store Kanye? Wait, who?
Bilal, or is that his name?
Bilal.
Yes.
Oh, and sure. What's her name?
Shaida. I think it's pronounced Shaida.
Shaida. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She was gorgeous.
She's very cute.
And I mean, he's not unattractive, but he's just, he screams as trying too hard. So this guy, the story of them is he lives in, where does he live in, like North Carolina or some shit? Where the fuck does he live?
The Michigan?
Kansas City.
No, Kansas City. Missouri.
Okay. So he acts like he's super rich and has a super fly mansion and all of these things. And then he's the one that's going to pick her, that we saw the preview. He's going to pick her up in like this busted ass work van and take her to this like busted out old house the house that he grew up in or whatever. And he's going to try to make it look like that's where he lives now, just to quote unquote test her, to see how, if she's with him for his money or for not. Now, here's the thing. I don't think
that's such a fucking beta move, but keep going.
I know. Let's talk about that. First of all, I don't think he, like, sure, he probably does pretty well for himself, but he also lives in fucking Missouri, where housing prices, you can get a fucking nice ass house for like $200,000, which wouldn't even get you a 1-bedroom shack where I live, you know? So he's
in his view of the world, he's doing well, and he's doing so well,
which
that
is fine. Which is
if
fine.
the ex-wife plants the seed, apparently, we know how this goes.
Yes.
The ex-wife plants the seed of, well, maybe she's just with you because you have a 4-bedroom house.
So like, he's not like mega rich or anything like that. He does well. He does fine. You know what it is? Like, just occurred to me. He's not living with his parents, living with his ex, living with his kids. He actually is doing fine for himself. Everybody else we get like has to get a sponsor to sponsor their like 90-day love because they don't make enough money. That's what we're used to. This guy is just like a normal everyday Joe who does fine for himself. He does well for himself. He has a house, whatever. That's great. He has his shit together. We're so used to not seeing people with their shit together that somebody with their shit together, and all of a sudden this guy's a fucking mega millionaire, you know?
Exactly.
Let's explore this such a beta move. I want to look at this topic a little bit more about this guy. Like, what are we going to see from him? Because that describes him. I think that encapsulates what he comes across as to me. Other thoughts?
I think he's, you know, the wife made the ex-wife. So clips, you know, they show him OCD, like basically like his house looks like Pinterest, like beautiful white couches,
which is probably an Airbnb, probably not a sacrificial house.
Yeah. So this beautiful, like Pinterest worthy home, and the wife comes over and then she's like, does she love you for you? Because, you know, basically like kind of insinuating like he's a little bit like anal OCD handful. It's taken him 7 years to, you know, find love again, XYZ. So, you know, the wife is insinuating, you know, that it's taken him 7 years. And I've noticed this, like, you know, because I'm a single girl, I'm in the dating scene, I'm in my late 30s. I notice a lot of men who are like him in their early 40s, trying to, you know, get out there, whatever. They take a long time to date because they're so traumatized from being married. That's what I've noticed. So I think,
interesting.
He reminds me a lot of this guy that I dated recently, like in this past year. Super nice guy, super successful, super wealthy, but like again with the analness and the obsession with certain things and blah 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 and the control freak thing. So I think that like a lot of men like him don't find love that easily because they're in search of perfection. And he wanted a Muslim, you know, he's a Muslim man. He wanted a Muslim woman, which is fine. She's also 37, this girl. So she's the same age as me. And she's never been married. That kind of showed a red flag toward the ex-wife. Like, why hasn't this girl been married? You know? And as a girl who's never been married, but I've been engaged, you know, I kind of look at that too a little bit. And I'm like, well, you're 40 years old or late 30s. You never, no serious relationship, no engagement, no marriage. That's kind of a red flag too. But I don't know. I haven't seen enough of the girl to get an opinion about her, but the clips of next week, this coming week, show her disgusted by his, he pulls up in this, like, I think his mother's house or some house he grew up in that's, you know, a little bit of a more impoverished neighborhood. And she's like, ew, you know, like whatever. So let's see what unfolds this week, because let's see if she's really in it for who he is.
I don't think that's a good test though. I don't think I first of all, I think testing when you're in a relationship, testing your partner, I think is bullshit.
How do you test your partner after you propose to them after 7 days of knowing them?
That's psychotic too. Like, what is wrong with, you know?
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with him?
You just said it all there, Hanekawa. Is like, but just testing, if you have to test your partner, like, let's just not know. Like, if you don't trust them or whatever, like, trust and all that stuff takes time to build. You're not going to be able to trust them or know them 100% after 7 days of knowing them, right? When they live in another country. And you are going to have to spend time learning and getting to know them and each other and all that stuff. But this quote unquote test, and then to do it this way, like, that's not going to tell you whether she's into you for your money or for your, or not. That's going to tell you that she had expectations to live not in a hovel when she came out here. Like, that's all that tells you. Of her being upset about that house, all that shows is that she didn't want to live in a busted out old, whatever.
Which is fine. But I think that, and I'm not diving into this topic. I am only like wiping a little bit of the top because it's deep. It's disgusting.
We're a pop culture podcast. We're not getting into
another conversation.
We're not getting into deep issues.
There is a rising culture of men who are of a certain age who feel like they are established to a certain point.
Okay.
Where they become more picky of the women that they choose because they see themselves as the quoted high value male. And with that title that they put on themselves, they feel like they have to put the women that they are going to commit to through a serious test of, are you basically going to be loyal, submissive, and want me for me and not just my money bullshit. And so that's the vibe I get from him. I really do. Like, he sees himself as like this top, male that can choose anyone he wants. And so he's going to make her prove herself. I don't like that vibe. It's just kind of meh.
Yeah, I agree.
Interesting. Now, Anna, being in the dating scene of the age group that these people are in, do you experience this with the men you're dating?
I think the men, like, it's either like one of two evils. It's like you're either a established man who has a good job, divorced, and wants like a cute young Chiquita to hang out with and never have kids again.
Mm-hmm.
And then, or do you just want to one up your wife? That's what I'm thinking of. You know what I'm saying? So like, I've noticed with this, it's like more so like, I'm divorced and I still got it. I'm good looking. Let me like, get a 25-year-old to stick it to my wife. Or am I really trying to like fill the void of having kids because my wife escaped me? So it's kind of a double-edged sword.
Interesting.
So like, I personally don't think it's any ethnicity or any race or anything has to do with anything with him or whatever. I think it's more of it's a man thing. I think all men in general do not. No, I genuinely think all men don't like to date, or they feel emasculated when they're not established. So it gives them a sense of power. Like, oh, I could buy her a car. I could buy her this. I could buy her that. I don't think it matters about how they got the money. I think it's more of so like, I just want to be, I just want to show off. Let me add her to my collection of shit. Like I got a jet ski, I got a boat, I have a Jeep. And now I have a trophy wife.
But she adds status to the life, right? So you're trying to find someone who adds that. Like, he's not going to find some, regular plain Jane in Missouri that's,
got it.
Yeah. He's going after someone who's hot. I'm surprised going after someone who's still 37 because
she doesn't even look like I don't look. No, I don't look 37 either.
I don't even know what 37 is supposed to look like, but she looks extremely good. Like she, takes care of herself and values whatever maintenance. But I don't know. The fact that he chose someone her age makes it seem like maybe he's wanting someone who's on that same place in life, right? Because if you went after a 25-year-old, right? Someone who's hyper and probably wants kids still and does this and that. Like, he's probably like getting tired of that. Who knows?
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. This month, BetterHelp Online Therapy wants to remind you that you matter just as much as everyone else does. And therapy is a great way to make sure that you show up for yourself. You guys, relationships take work, especially the one that is the most important, and that is your relationship with yourself. A lot of us are going to drop everything and anything to go help someone we care about. We'll go out of our way to treat other people well. But how often do we give ourselves that same treatment? Therapy has been instrumental for me, and especially over the last couple of years with pandemic and everything else going on, the ability to do therapy online on my phone, it's a game changer, you guys. BetterHelp is online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist. So you don't even have to be on camera if you don't want to. You can just text and type or talk, whatever is preferable for you. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. I love that I don't have to go someplace. I don't have to go to a place, put on real clothes and go to a place. Give it a try and see why over 2 million people have used BetterHelp online therapy. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and Fraudcast listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/fraudcast. That's BetterHelp.com/fraudcast. 30 million women are impacted by weekend or thinning hair. If you're among them, know that you're not alone and that there is a solution that you can trust to deliver results. Thousands of women have taken back control of their hair with Nutrafol, with many users raving that the supplement not only transformed their hair, but restored their confidence too. Now, there are 2 targeted formulas for women that are clinically shown to improve hair growth and thickness with less shedding through all your stages of life. So ladies of a certain age, like myself, I personally take the balanced formula. One of the things that I love is that it's just like, it's all natural ingredients, but there's clinical proof that it works, and it's great. In a clinical study, 86% of women reported improved hair growth after 6 months. More than 1,500 top doctors recommended Nutrafol as an effective and high-quality solution for healthier hair. You guys, this stuff really works. You can grow thicker, healthier hair and support our show by going to Nutrafol.com and entering the promo code FRAUDCAST to save $15 off your first month subscription. This is the best offer anywhere, and it's only available to U.S. customers for a limited time. Plus, you get free shipping on every order. Get $15 off at Nutrafol.com. That's spelled Nutrafol.com, and then promo code FRAUDCAST.
She mentioned she wanted children. She did, and she
and
mentioned
he doesn't
she
want
wanted children.
That's going to be their
He's
storyline.
like,
that's right.
Yeah, and I think they'll have a kid.
They'll have a kid. And of course, he wants her to sign a prenup. I'd be like, whatever. It doesn't look like she's from a poor family.
So who else? What else do we have? Let's move on from them. I'm already tired of them. Who else do we have?
There is the couple she's from Charlottesville. Her name is Cara?
Oh, she was so cute.
The balloon chick.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
She needs a better car. She needs like a huge SUV, like with a huge back. Like she needs one of those. What are the ones that look like toasters? The cars that look like toasters.
Oh no, not those ugly things. The Scions. I don't make those anymore.
But she would be able to fit all of her balloons in there. Her balloon arches and stuff. She was adorable.
Cute, but
I liked her. Who was her man was Guillermo. He seemed kind of young to me. You know who these two reminded me of? They reminded me of the couple on the Caribbean show. Do you remember
which one?
Hanekawa? Do you remember on the Caribbean show?
No, they remind me of old OG 90 Day Fiance. That couple that was a singer from the boy band in like the Spanish country.
Chelsea and Ymir.
Yes.
They remind me of them.
Yeah, they do. They do. Okay.
That's who I instantly thought of. If you guys don't know this couple, I don't think they're even together anymore.
They're
nah.
Where was he from? Panama?
Venezuela, I think. Wait,
what are their names?
I think
again?
they're Chelsea and Ymir. No, Chelsea and Ymir were this couple from like season 1 or 2 who she was doing some like humanitarian work in like Venezuela or something, and she met him. Was it Venezuela? Whatever. You're looking up the country. And she meets this guy Ymir, who's part of this boy band who Nicaragua, who in his country is like, might as well be the Backstreet Boys, right? Like they're that big. And she wants to move. They're going to, he's going to come to the United States, and she lives with her parents, of course, in some BFE suburb that has nobody in it. I would say it's a suburb of Chicago, but it's not really a suburb of Chicago. It's in Illinois. He is currently living in Chicago, as far as I understand, but and doing his music career thing. So he got it, and they got divorced. They still have so much love and affection for each other, but they did get divorced. She was dating a woman. She discovered that I guess she's bisexual, because she discovered that she also loved women, and she was seeing a woman after she was dating him. And I think she's now with a man. But I'm not positive if that relationship is still going strong. I think it was like she was like engaged to him or married to him, or anyway, they get along great. It's all fine, and they're both happy and everything's good. But yeah, privileged little white girl from this small town. Although it's Charlottesville, a small town, I don't know. Charlottesville is like an hour and a half south of me. It's also where University of Virginia is. That's really the only thing that's there, but it's a great little place. Charlottesville is and that's really close to where Brandon and Julia were living too. Because
is that a nice area she lives in? Yes, right?
Yeah, I don't know the neighborhoods of Charlottesville, but Charlottesville itself, it's small. It's not as big as Richmond. Certainly not. The only thing there is the university. But UVA is huge, right? So UVA is a huge university. There's a huge research hospital. Like it's not just like a small, tiny little college town. It's a big place. There's a lot going on, but it is just like University of Virginia. But UVA is also a really big school. It's one of the top schools in the country. It's like there's a lot going on there. So there's nothing. I don't have anything shameful to say about Charlottesville in at all.
Yeah. And she seems like a hustler. I kind of like that she's like, I'm the Jill of all trades. Like she does this, she does that. She like dabbles into all kinds of different stuff. So I think she's pretty cool in that sense.
I like her. She's cute.
Yeah, I think this is so far my favorite couple. We'll see. But from this episode, I like them the best. This is my favorite.
I think the storyline with him is like is he young and immature and not or something like that? I don't know. I
think he's insecure. I think she's the party girl. Okay. And he is kind of insecure with that. So
okay.
I mean, she's cute. Fills balloons adorable. For a living. Of course she's a party girl.
So that was adorable. Yeah. Let's see. Who else did we have?
Wait.
We have Mohammed and Yvette.
Did we see them?
Is it Mohammed? We didn't see them, huh? No, we didn't. I'm thinking of previews and stuff.
Yeah, because we didn't get all the couples yet.
No, we didn't. I don't know who else was there. Did we see Vinny and Ari?
They didn't come out yet. No,
I think we saw previews. We've seen for clips of them.
Yeah, and we didn't see Kobe and Emily yet. Kobe.
Wait, so we saw the Dollar Store Kanye, Jabri, and we've seen the. Wait, I feel like there's somebody else. Do they only introduce 3 couples? This
sometimes they do, yeah.
Yeah. Mohammed. So wait, we have Patrick and Thais, and we haven't seen them yet. Mohammed and Yvette, which we haven't.
The girl who met the guy from China, the black guy from China.
Oh, right. Pregnant.
Oh, Kobe
yes. And Emily.
Yes.
Okay, they were cute.
Very cute.
I liked them. Kobe and Emily. Okay, so she jokes about how she found the only black man in China, which I thought was hilarious. And they do seem pretty cute. They got engaged within 2 weeks because that's the normal thing. Normal.
90-day fiance.
You gotta get it fast. Got to get it fast. It's like the revolving table at the sushi thing. Grab it.
And I guess she has a kid. Does she have a kid?
He hasn't met the baby. He hasn't met the baby yet because there's like some type of COVID restriction. So the baby is almost 2 years old, and they haven't. He hasn't seen the child yet.
But it was his because she's one of these that got knocked up right away. Because that's another famous.
Yeah, it's his son, but he hasn't been able to.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yes. So we've seen this story before where they get knocked up right away, and then they have to get married. They quote have to get married. You don't have to marry your vacation booty just because you get knocked up, you guys. I feel like I have to say this every season.
This was a Kalini and Oswello reminded me of.
Yeah.
Kalini and like they had that vibe because
Kalani,
the father's Kalani. The father is like super involved and he's like, don't get pregnant, blah 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 blah. And then like they show clips of them possibly be pregnant again. So that's what happened to her.
Right. So we're recycling that storyline. But I liked them. I like them as a couple so far. So, I mean, of course, we've only seen like 3 minutes of them total. So we'll see. But I feel like I have to say this every single fucking season is don't marry your vacation booty. And you don't have to marry your vacation booty just because you got knocked up. Okay. You can co-parent with them. Also, fucking wear a condom. You guys don't get knocked up by your vacation booty. Those are my 3 PSAs regarding vacation booty. But I want you to go out.
They don't understand when they say what happens in Trinidad stays in Trinidad, except for your pregnancy.
Yeah.
Wait, Katrina, I can't import a Greek guy for the summer when I come back. I can't come home with a souvenir. Like, come on, guys.
Come back with the souvenir. Greek guy, come on now.
Bring the guy back. Don't bring his sperm back. Fertilized an egg in your stomach, in your uterus.
Do you know what's really funny? So Darcy my dad is obsessed with the show, and my dad is, the OG 90 Day Fiance. Like he lived this life, So he's obsessed with Darcy and Stacey's boyfriends because they both speak Greek fluently. So my dad's like, how is he meeting this guy Costa in Connecticut, blah blah blah, whatever. So like, Georgie is actually Bulgarian, but he's not from Bulgaria. He's from Greece.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I just found that really interesting. So my dad picked up on it, watching. I was like, Dad, are you doing research for me? And he was like, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. They know this guy and that guy. And I was like, what? And then he was like, yeah, because these two guys definitely spent some time in Greece because of the way that they speak to it. But what's interesting about them too is do they speak each other's foreign language? This is what I don't get about that couple. But I don't even think Darcy's with them anymore. But I just noticed it the other day when he was.
They don't get with them to talk at all. They don't care.
No. Yeah, they're not there for deep intellectual conversations. What I would be interested in, Anna, is potentially getting your dad on the show to talk. Maybe I'll start watching Darcy and Stacey again, and we'll do an episode with Father Anna.
What if real immigrants think of the show?
Right.
Kyle of the Cray Crays, Kyle and Kim. Kyle would always bring his Polish father-in-law on for that same reason. So, I mean, Kyle, we could not that Kyle listens to this, but we could blatantly copy them and use Anna's father. But
yeah, he loves it.
So I think that's it. That's all the couples, right, that we saw.
And then we did our little segment on live. So we're gonna sporadically go live, obviously with Hanekawa too, but there was a lot of red flags, but if she can, yeah. So we might be able to do, well, this weekend is Greek Easter, so I don't know if I can go live, but we could probably go live and just talk about red flags or whatever. But we found a lot of red flags last week, tons.
Well, yeah, just we need to do it again this week, I think. Anna, because we're getting the other couples. We didn't get it. We didn't do all the couples. So we might do a live watch along again. If at all interested. You guys, I think that's it. I think that's all we have for this season so far that we've seen. Couple things I want to close out with. One is sending all our love and light to Robert and Annie and their family for the loss of their 7-month-old little boy. If you guys have ideas about anything, if you guys want to do anything to help, I can help facilitate that because I do have contact with Robert and Annie. Well, I mean, they're busy obviously right now, but I have spoken with them before, each of them privately. So I think, if there's a PO box or something that they have people could send donations to, or if there's a GoFundMe or something like that, and we can get that information out to you. We will get that to you guys as soon as possible. The other thing is, okay, you have Greek Easter. I don't know if you're going to be done in time for the show. If the show comes on at 8 on Sunday, I don't know that you're going to be ready to do a watch along. We may or may not do a watch along. Keep watch out for on Instagram for news.
We could do a Monday evening if the viewers, if our listeners want to like hop on Monday like evening.
Oh, and just do a regular live and talk about it. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll talk. We'll figure it out. We'll get something live where we're talking about the new couples. And then the other thing that I wanted to point out is who wants to date Anna, our co-host here, Anna? Who wants to date Anna? You guys, I have posted pictures of her. She's 37. What's your quick Tinder bio?
Technically, I'm 36 still. I will be 37 July 4th. I'm a Cancer with a Gemini rising and an Aquarius moon. I like long walks to the ATM machine. And no, I'm kidding.
You have a master's degree, right? You have a master's, and you guys, she's not just hot, she's smart. Tell us what you do.
I have a master's in special education, dual masters in special ed and regular ed, birth to second grade. And I'm currently working on 1 to 6th grade. I'm almost done with that. I just take a test. And yeah, this is my hobby. My hobby is if you could watch all this reality TV with me and stomach it, that's a plus. If you don't, then you still got to watch it because I said so. And that's
do you have a preference? Do you have a preference on ethnicities? Do you have a preference on age, height, size?
No.
Financial wealth? Okay. Like, do they at least need to have a job and a shower?
You need to have a job. I'm 5'8.5", so I would preferably like you to be taller than 5'10". No ethnicity is required as long as you're like not mentally unstable or ever went to prison. I don't do lockup. I don't do prison pen pals. So that's that idea. And yeah, like pretty much that's it. As long as you're not a criminal or facing any, 18 years of jail time, we could be friends.
Okay. Well, let's start with that, you guys. If you're a male who listens to this podcast, let me specify, a straight male who listens to this podcast, Ty, this isn't for you. Ty likes this. You may like a lot of things, but I think not up your alley. So anyway, if you're a straight male who listens to this podcast, you may be the great starting point for finding Anna her great love. Now, the other thing we want to do with her is get her a guy from Greece, and she can be her own 90-day person. And then we want me
to be on 90 Day Fiance and then be an influencer, and then Katrina just wants free stuff like computers and
No, I just want the access and for you to tell me all the gossip behind the scenes.
I want to fight with Debbie and the tell-all, so that could be it.
Okay,
that's it.
That's it. Bye, guys. That's all we got. Thanks, guys. Bye.